Hello everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez, and this is the Weekly Report, a look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. The city is working with HUD, the Housing Authority, and more than 30 community partners to revitalize the Paseo Gateway area. Last year, we demolished the crime-ridden Royale Inn and closed down the Choteau Court Apartments. This year, we're ramping up construction of the Pendleton Arts Block, Quinlan Row, and Quinlan Place, which is helping provide attractive, affordable housing.
This is an incredible situation. We'll be increasing and making strides in our infrastructure citywide. It's a city that is on the front edge of technology. We like projects like this. We particularly like projects that provide quality housing and get people out of stagnant circumstances which tend to dampen the spirit, the soul, and the imagination and put them in the circumstances where they can imagine themselves doing the things that they want to do, and where they can enjoy the benefits of being in a city on the move as much as everybody else can.
The $30 million Paseo Gateway project will replace dilapidated housing and improve the surrounding neighborhoods. For more information, visit kcmo.gov. Here in the heart of America, we're known not only for swinging jazz and barbecue, but we may soon be getting international attention for soccer. The U.S., Canada, and Mexico have submitted a joint proposal to the International Federation of Soccer to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Kansas City would play a major role among the proposed host cities. The Kansas City bid is a collaboration of the mayor, the city manager, the mayor of KCK, and the Kansas City Sports Commission. Games would be held at Arrowhead Stadium. The final selection is expected later this year. On April 3rd, the 1-cent capital improvement sales tax, more commonly known as PIAC, will be on the ballot. The capital improvement sales tax was first approved by voters in 1983. If renewed, the sales tax would provide around $70 million annually for street resurfacing, neighborhood projects, and this year it would include replacement funding for the Buck O'Neill Bridge. For more information about the ordinance, visit kcmo.gov/vote. And now let's take a look at what's happening around some of our other city departments.
Millions of gallons of clean and safe drinking water pulse through this pump every day. For nearly 10 years, the pump inside this building has kept water flowing to homes and businesses in the Northland. Because that area is ultimately expected to attract more than 70,000 residents, KC Water is building the new Shoal Creek Pump Station to meet demand.
The master plan indicated that we had to expand the pump station and build a new permanent pump station for our customer demands.
The new facility will have 3 pumps and room for a 4th. Each new pump will have the capacity to push 4,300 gallons of water per minute. Combined, that's more than 15 million gallons a day. Here's where that fresh water is piped in from the treatment plant. Construction for this project includes a new 30-inch transmission main, electrical work, pipes, valves, and 2 bioretention basins that will collect runoff from the eventual driveway and parking area. But not everything will be new.
We are planning on reusing some of the equipment in the existing pump station. We're going to relocate the pump and motor.
Even the old building itself will be put to use at another location. All of this work is to ensure KC Water will continue to provide safe, reliable, and great-tasting drinking water to Kansas City homes, schools, and businesses. For KC Water, I'm Brooke Givens.
I want to say welcome to Kansas City, everybody. It is great to once again have everybody in town for the Big 12 tournament. This area here, where you're now standing in the beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Urban Youth Baseball Academy, which will see 1,000 young people a year, Urban Core kids coming to this facility, being taught the skills of baseball, but most importantly, being taught the skills of life, how to be good citizens. And they will also be able to pick up some practical skills for their careers and thoughts and their visions. If they want to be an announcer, they'll be able to learn how to do some of that here. If they want to be a groundskeeper or get into the analytics of baseball, they'll be able to do some of that here. We'll use baseball to help promote math and some STEM learning. In short, this will be a place where we hope the kids will gravitate to and learn to be here and be here spending time doing quality things as opposed to being on the street. That's what it was all about.
So this incredible championship doesn't happen without great teams, but beyond teams on the court, we are so proud of our work with our great teams at Sprint Center, with our friends at Visit KC, the Power and Light District, and of course the city of Kansas City, Missouri, and Mayor Sly James. But the reason we are here today is because of the great team at the Big 12 Conference.
We have all the components of a great college sporting event right here in Kansas City. And it starts with the people, it starts with a great facility, and frankly it also starts with us being able to put down additional routes by feeling like we can make a small contribution, and I don't mean the contribution in a financial sense necessarily, but make a small contribution that will assist the good people in the community to do the good work that they're doing. And Pat Clark is certainly emblematic of that, but we feel great about the project we did at the School for the Deaf last year, and we feel great about the project that we did the year before that, and we're very much committed to continuing that participation in the day-to-day life of Kansas City.
4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, as long as I have these kids, we don't just shoot basketball, we talk about life. You know, a lot of those kids, I'm 54, I tell them all the time, look, if you can't hold me at 54, the NBA is not an option. You know, and that's just the truth. Come on around the corner, let me get you a real career, because basketball ain't it. You know, this is a great honor for me, but it ain't about me, it's about all the people and all the kids that I serve in that community. So I thank you, and anytime you're over that way, welcome to Pat Clark Park, where we keep kids on the court, off the court, and off the streets. Thank you.
"2018 marks Kansas City Film Fest's 22nd year of attracting filmmakers and film lovers from across the country and around the world to Kansas City. The events happen from April 11th through the 15th here at Cinemark Palace on the Plaza. And here to tell us all about what's going to happen is board member Greg Wu. Greg, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us about Kansas City Film Fest.
Thank you for having me, Consuelo. Really excited to be here.
Now, to give us a little background, how did Kansas City Film Fest get started?
As you mentioned, 22 years ago, our founder, Fred Andrews, wanted a place for independent film to be shown in Kansas City because at the time, big theater chains weren't showing independent films. So he rented an auditorium at UMKC and about 500 people showed up, and that's how it started.
Now, from 500 people, you're anticipating how many this year?
I'd say we're conservatively expecting 8,000 to 9,000 people this year.
Mm-hmm. And are the majority of them out from outside of the Kansas City area, or? No,
not a majority, but a significant portion. I'd say about 35% of our attendees will be from outside Kansas City, Missouri.
And you also have filmmakers that are coming in from outside of the country.
Sure. This year I'm sponsoring a film called Final Blade, made by filmmaker Willie Ying, who's from China, and he'll be coming in from Beijing.
How exciting. And in addition to film screenings and the screenings of film shorts, what other activities are going to happen?
Sure. I'll just highlight two events that are going to be occurring this year. The first event is our opening film on Friday night, and it's called 306 Hollywood, and it's by a pair of sibling filmmakers, Ilan and Jonathan Bogarin, and it's a documentary that explores the memory of their grandmother who used to make dresses for Hollywood's elite, and there will in fact be a showing of the dresses here, so there'll be a little fashion show and a red carpet premiere for that on Friday night. The second event is on Saturday afternoon, and it's our inaugural Barbecue, Beer, and Blues, and it's a showing of the Smoke and Ribbons documentary, which follows two Kansas City barbecue teams as they go around during the competition season. So that'll be a great event with beer tastings by one of the local breweries.
And because you have experts that are here in town, you also have seminars and panel discussions, correct?
Yeah, so for a lot of the films where the filmmakers come to show their movie, there'll be a Q&A afterwards to talk about how the film was made, how it was financed, and kind of labors of love and what it takes to make a film. There's also obviously our Real Spirit component of it, which is for kids to learn how to make movies, and there's a competition, the Heartland Student Film Competition.
And you're probably one of the only organizations that has a youth film competition, correct?
Certainly ours is, in this area, is one of the biggest for students.
So you have a lot of screenings, and you have a lot of voices that are going to be shared here in Kansas City. Well, how do you go about selecting a variety and the diversity that are represented here at the Kansas City Film Fest?
Sure. We get a lot of submissions, probably thousands of submissions that we go through. We also have a curated portion, and that's to find a diverse array of voices that you just mentioned. And so a lot of those are from other film festivals that are shown there. Studios will send us films that haven't got distribution. And so we really try to highlight, like I mentioned, there's the filmmaker from China, the Bulgarians, I believe, are Latin American, and we just try to highlight a diversity of voices that you might not see at the chains.
And it's not just for industry folks, it's also for any Kansas Cityan who wants to participate, correct?
Yeah, it's really a celebration of film, all kinds of films. There'll be something for everybody. One other film that I wanted to highlight was The Miracle of Manhattan, which was made by a K-State alum, and it really follows the rise of their football team under Coach Snyder. I think that'll have a great audience here.
And if people want to find out how to get tickets or more information about what's happening during this time, where would they go?
Yeah, our website is kcfilmfest.org, and there you'll find our schedule, information about all of the films that will be shown, the Real Spirit competition, as well as the other events that we'll have this year.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us about Kansas City Film Fest.
My pleasure, Consuelo. Great to be here.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
We're in Beacon Hill to kick off the southwest quadrant that will rebuild the streets, stormwater, sidewalks necessary to continue the housing redevelopment we've seen in the northern part of the Beacon Hill down to the southern part.
Today's groundbreaking is the product of many hands and many years of hard work and collaboration. We're going to lay some infrastructure so that this neighborhood that has really made a huge comeback can continue to grow.
Again, thank you to the residents of this city for approving our general obligation bond program. This project wouldn't have happened without that support.
Things are going to be looking much, much better in a few months, so let's move some dirt.
Your input on the future of 18th and Vine is being sought, so please join us for a community engagement session on Tuesday, April 3rd from 5:30 to 7:30 at the American Jazz Museum. The 18th and Vine Development Policy Committee has hired HOK Engineering to help reimagine business, residential, and entertainment amenities in the Jazz District. As you may have noticed, Kansas City is a city built within a park, but unfortunately, some residents see our beautiful wild spaces as an opportunity to illegally dump trash or even hazardous materials. Recently, KC Water, which operates the city's Household Hazardous Waste Division, cleaned up a toxic and illegal dump site.
I got a call from Office of Environmental Quality, and we had a report of an illegal dump. Instead of calling a contractor in and having them take it away, they decided to dump it down the hill. Go ahead and use your environmental contractors to get rid of your paint. Don't dump in the city. If we catch you, it's a $1,000 fine and up to a year in prison.
Kansas City residents can drop off old paint or other hazardous waste items such as batteries and light bulbs for free at KC Water's Household Hazardous Waste Facility. That is located at 4704 Doremus Avenue. Kansas City residents may also utilize one of the 2 bulky item pickup services that are available. Information about all of the city's trash services can be found online at kcmo.gov/trash. If yard cleanup is on your spring list of honeydews, you're in luck. The city's leaf and brush drop-off sites have reopened. Curbside leaf and brush collection also starts in the Northland the week of April 9th, followed by South Zone pickup, which takes place the week of April 16th, and Central Collection is the week of April 23rd. Remember, residents may leave up to 20 bags or bundles of leaves and brush at your curb on your regular trash pickup day. The city's leaf and brush drop-off sites are open as well, as we mentioned. The sites are located at 11660 North Main, 1815 North Shoto Trafficway, and 10301 Raytown Road. Drop-off is free to residents on Saturdays with identification. For more information about leaf and brush, visit kcmo.gov/leaf and brush. Be sure to check out the Mayor's annual State of the City address. It's on Tuesday, March 27th from 4 to 6 p.m. as Mayor Sly James reports on the progress we are making as a city and explores what is on the horizon. You can watch it live right here on Channel 2 as well as on our YouTube channel, and the live stream is on the city's website at kcmo.gov. And that does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. To view this program again or other Channel 2 videos, go to kcmo.gov/Channel 2. That page has a link to our YouTube channel where you can view our programs on demand. I'm Chris Hernandez. Thanks for watching.